I'm on 12% battery and see if I can make it through. Audio sync. It never gets old. Okay, my thoughts on the new iPhone 13. Recently, we've all been seeing those ads for the cinematic mode on the iPhone 13, where when you're filming and you turn on cinematic mode, you get this really cool shallow depth of field type of effect where what you're focused on is clear, it's in focus, but what's behind is blurry. The thing is, the way that is naturally gotten is through lenses where the f-stop is set really... Okay, let me give you an example. Here's a lens, alright? Now if you look at the lens, can you see this little ring that opens up and closes? Those are the aperture blades. The aperture is this component of the lens that controls how much light is let in, right? So the lower your f-stop number, or the wider the aperture, the more light it collects. The smaller your aperture, or the higher the f-stop, the less light it's able to collect. And when you have the aperture really wide open, the f-stop really low, in this case 1.4, that means that it's letting a lot of light come through, and that also means that the depth of field becomes very shallow. So the range of... Why do you come in to interrupt my video? So the range of what is in focus is very narrow. That's how you get that effect where the main character or whatever the camera is focused on is very sharp and crispy, and the background is a smooth butter, it's a smooth blur. The thing is, the way the iPhone gets it, it's not how the lenses work. It's based on software. So once you record the video, the software, I think it's contrast based. So the software will figure out what is nearer to the lens, and it basically adds a clarity filter over the rest of the background, lowering that clarity slider all the way down so it becomes blurry. That just isn't naturally gotten, and as you can see, if I were to put up some sample clips and I were to zoom in, you can see that around what is in focus, there's a bit of a halo, there's a bit of a fuzziness to it. It's not as sharp as a natural shallow depth of field that you get through using a lens like this. This is a Nikon 50mm in case you're wondering. So I feel like it's kind of a gimmick, but I can understand why this is appealing to some people, because usually when we think of high quality photos or videos, we either mean A, it's a high resolution, meaning like FHD 1440p, 4K 2160p, or maybe it's very well color graded, the color characteristics are beautiful, and the tonality and everything, the contrast, HDR, all that type of buzzwords that you hear. Or the last one, this depth of field thing that the cinematic mode promises you but isn't actually honest. So I think in theory it's good, but in practice it feels like a giant letdown, and I am a bit disappointed in all the hype that is brought about by this whole cinematic mode thing. So that's just my thoughts. If you like it, I can see why you like it, but personally me, I don't really like it. So that's all I have to say. Oh sorry. That's all I have to say. Thank you. Farewell.